different to normal, and that's because I was so tired yesterday that I hadn't realised that I'd left my headset turned on, and so it needs charging. The amplifier on it needs charging, so I might sound a little different today, and if I do, I apologise. But anyway, there we go. Right, yesterday I did a little bit of drifting around the Nordschleife and ended up doing a quick run around Tsukuba, and came up with the idea that it might not be a bad idea to try drifting at a few other tracks first and gaining the experience so that I can really attack the Nordschleife drift challenge that I've set myself. So that's basically what I'm going to come on and do today. Now, I was hoping to use a different car, but unfortunately there isn't an in-car view on it, and I can't turn the power up on it, so it was pretty shit to try and drift with. So I'm going to stick with my drift car, my Porsche 911. And I was having a look at what track to go to, and I decided, hey, you know what, DGT League are racing around the Red Bull Ring tomorrow, so let's go and do a bit of drifting around the Red Bull Ring. There is another reason for it as well, that I'm picking here, is because what I'm thinking of doing is I need to practice my drifting on a long straight, so effectively just doing a drift into a drift into a drift into a drift, which sets me up to drift into a corner. Now, drifting on a straight is something that I've never really been able to do, but I have been thinking about it a lot over, well, not last night, but yesterday and today. Okay, why has it got rid of my livery? Yeah, thinking that maybe one of the reasons why I've struggled doing it is because I've tended to try and go faster and faster and faster when drifting on a straight, instead of keeping the speed lower and just trying to do smooth drifts. So one of the advantages of Red Bull Ring is that there is two long straights. So I am going to be trying that today. Now, I'm not going to do the if I go off the track I'm going to restart, because I'm going to go off the track while I'm trying to drift down the straights. So this is a slightly different challenge. The aim is still to drift the whole of the circuit, but obviously a big part of the aim is to learn how to drift on the straights. I just need to make sure that I've got the right setting on, which I have by the looks of things. So I've also got a new wheel that's arrived today. I decided to get a new wheel because I've had mine for a number of years now. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to get myself a new one. So it'll be interesting to see how that feels as well. I have done a couple of runs in a different car, and the wheel did feel surprisingly different, to be fair. So yeah, when I've been trying to drift on a straight before, I would do this and then try and really speed up and go up another gear, but I actually think I'd be better off not speeding up as such. So that's what I'd usually do, so I'd try and go up to a higher gear, but then get myself into a situation where I can't continue a drift. Now, one thing I haven't actually done is I haven't checked whether, because I'm on a new wheel, whether it has changed any of the force feedback settings. It shouldn't do, because it's pretty much exactly the same wheel. Fucking hell, he didn't want to slow down. A bit too much. I must admit, the wheel does feel quite different. drifting it there, but I'm trying to get a grasp on the feel of the wheel, because it is surprisingly different. I mean, there is a good chance that I should have checked the software version on the wheel, but I was too impatient. Slow it down. So you see, the faster I go, obviously in one particular gear, the closer I am to just bouncing off the limiter, and there's only so much of bouncing the limiter that you can really do while you're doing the drifting. Too much brake. And to be honest, could probably do with perhaps a bit of a shorter gearbox on. Too soon. So it does just feel like I'm wobbling from side to side down the straight rather than drifting down the straight. Wasn't expected to actually stop then. I think it's almost like I'm trying to stay in the middle of the road there, whereas really I need to be pretending as if I'm slaloming cones or something. Yeah. You know what? I am doing it wrong down the straights. I'm trying to get it fucking straight now, but it's almost like I'm driving down the middle of the road and just trying to get the tail out, whereas what I need to be doing is actually drifting across the road and then drifting across the road. Easy, so that started off in the middle of the road. Too much brake on. Right, I've obviously done a few laps there, so I'm just going to, well, 4 laps. I'm just going to take a breather for a moment, have a look at the replay and see if what I was thinking was correct about the straights, because I did try and alter how I was doing it on the last lap or two there, and it did seem to flow a little bit better, but that's just what I felt. So if visually that's not the case, it'd be handy to know. This is going to be horrible to watch though. But with kind of how tricky it's actually seems to be around this track, this is what I'm on about, how being able to master this track would help me to potentially master the Nordschleife. Yeah, you see, so I was only getting sideways on the initial acceleration rather than actually power sliding. That's why I go straight on. Yep, brakes did not want to work there. Well, the brakes did, but the tyres didn't. If I ever try drifting in real life, I need to make sure it's on a fucking runway or something. It'll be interesting to see if down the main straight I am right, that I'm keeping 2 in the middle and not actually power sliding. See if it's better on the 3rd and 4th lap. Okay, I don't even bother on the main straight. Okay. That ain't stopping. Or is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, so because of the line I'm taking, I'm not able to get sideways on the main straight here. I slowed it down a bit to try, because the rhythm's wrong, I'm not able to do it. That's a bit better though. Fucked that up, Dave. Yeah, I was way too late. I mean, I'm not too worried about a few of the corners around this track, because it should be easy enough to drift around them. It's more the getting the drifts on the straights that I'm focusing on at the moment, because that's what will allow me to automatically drift into a corner. Right, so let's see if I do better on the straights now. Trying a different approach. Hitting the wall won't fucking help though. That's right, that's where I was bouncing off the limiter, so I wasn't able to slide. See, now that is better. It's not perfect, but it is better. That's not good though. Oh dear. Now I did say I was thinking about shortening the gear ratio here. It might not be a bad idea. That's better. Bouncing the limiter, it's not properly sliding. Nice corner cut. Yeah, that's not good. Right, let's see if we can improve on that then. I am going to shorten the gear ratio a little bit. Right, just going to give this a quick name. Right, let's shorten these gears. See what that does. Going a bit too fast there, I think. Would have been better off staying in 5th gear. I'm staying in the middle of the road again. Okay, gears might actually be too short now. Yeah, bouncing off the limiter in every gear, whereas I need to be able to be, yes, using the high rev range, but at least using a gear. I know it might not look like it, but I am staying in the middle of the road again. I need to stop doing that. And what I mean by staying in the middle of the road is basically, if you look at where the steering wheel is on screen, the steering wheel's kind of in the middle of the road, but the rear end is fishtailing, whereas I need to be over here and then out here. So like there, the wheel is basically just staying in the middle of the road. Ooh, not making that corner. It's actually gripped on the curb then. Keep doing it. I'm setting myself up in the middle of the road. I need to stop doing that. Basically, I need to come out of a corner and go straight into a drift, rather than come out of a corner and end up in the middle of the road. Too much. Shit. I'm making myself dizzy doing this. Maybe I should have chose somewhere with a longer, wider straight to practice drifting on a straight. Gone in too soon. Get off the grass. Gears aren't helping me. I'm not helping myself much either, but fucking hell, threw that in way too hard. Twat. Fuck's sake. It's definitely not easy on the straights. I mean, it's not too bad if it's a short straight where you can just add in like one connecting drift, like after this left-hander. So here, it's a short straight, so you can just kick it straight into another drift, crash, but you see what I mean. You put one extra drift in, and it sets you up for the corner. That might be one reason why I'm struggling. Not getting to do a downshift to drift. Fucking hell. Once again, I'm pretty much sitting in the middle of the road. See, I'm not it's really annoying. I'm not drifting there. I'm literally just driving down the middle of the road, just fishtailing the rear end of the car. That's fucking annoying myself, that is. But it does show why I need to practice and learn how to do it on the straights, because it is definitely a weak point. And because I'm struggling to do it on the straights, it means that because I am trying to work on it, I am setting myself up wrong for every single corner. Maybe what I should do is, instead of trying to drift all the way down the straight, maybe I should take it a step back or go the opposite way about it. Concentrate on getting the setup drift in for a corner, and once I've got that locked down, I can then try adding another drift ahead of that, and then another one and another one. So work backwards from a corner rather than work towards a corner. So like here, the car is kind of going from left side of the track to right side of the track. But when I'm on about that I'm going straight, the front of the car is pretty much staying in the middle of the road, but the rear end is going out. So like there, I'm not hovering over the middle of the road. I mean, as frustrating as this is though, I do feel that it will help when it comes again to attacking the Nordschleifer. But I do want to just see if I can physically see that the front end is staying in the middle of the road, so I know it's just not me being a knobhead and seeing things that aren't real. It can happen. So see, again here I am going from one side of the track to the other. It's definitely very clear that I'm doing that. Okay, I'm not doing it very well. Point proven. So there I was still going from one side of the track to the other. But this is what I'm on about, where I'm not setting myself up right for the corners. So if I worked on the setup drift and then drift the corner, I can work backwards from that. Come on, I want to see me just pretty much just down the middle of the road. I wasn't looking too bad until I went off. Yeah, this is it. This is one of them. The front end of the car is literally just staying in the middle of the road. Not now, but... Right, I'm going to try the process of working on the setup drift and going that way. So I'm not going to try drifting down the straight. Instead, what I'm going to try and do is a bit slow, but too soon. Fuck that ride up. Right, let's go back. It's too late, that is, Dave. Too much. Twat. That's slightly the wrong line there, Dave. Too late because the corner's already there. Fuck off. Making a right fucking tit of this. A bit early on the turn in then. tricky little fucker, this. Oh, come on, Dave, what are you doing? Done it in the wrong place. I need to stay off that curb. It is fucking me up a bit. It's too soon again. I need to do that much later. Too soon. Cock. Come on, Dave, this is not very good. Fucked that up again. Right, okay, here I need to do it much later. got the entry right, fucked up the exit. That's gonna go straight on. Fuck's sake. It really is annoying when you can't fucking do it. Let me just... It shouldn't be anything with a particular setup, but I just want to make sure it is still on the drift setting. Yep, I'm just not doing very well. Right, okay, let's try that setup, see if that gear ratio is better. Down to second and I didn't mean to. Fuck off, curb. Too soon. I'm on the brakes just to try and save it. I thought I might have done it a bit late there. Interesting, fifth gear is much more driftable on this gear ratio. Oh, it's too soon. So whereas when I shortened it, I was just bouncing the limiter, at least now, fourth and fifth gear, they've got a bit of use to them. Too much throttle. that's too late again. Had to really slow it down just so I was anywhere near the apex. Oh shit, oh shit. Well, I think this has definitely shown me that I need to do a lot more practice. Or I just need to be much more awake. Revs way too low then. Done it too late again. Oh, for fuck's sake, Dave, what are you doing? Definitely need to do a lot more work on my drifting. Bottled the throttle then. Right, come on, at least try and get turn one right this time, Dave, because you've been fucking way too late. No, that's fucked. Right, I think that's a sign of, right, give up for today, Dave. I am going to try that again another time, because I do think that drifting around other tracks will help me accomplish the Nordschleife. Because let's face it, if I can't even get around the Red Bull Ring, I am definitely not getting around the Nordschleife. So definitely need to work on that a little bit more. Anyway, that's me done for today. I'm not going to be online the rest of this evening, so have a good one, folks, and I shall see you again soon.